Camelot 331 here. We could talk about something real important today. Something a lot of you don't know about. Something that's very important to the building of my character when I was a youngin'. And that's Piggly damn Wiggly, son. I don't know if you guys have heard of Piggly Wiggly, but it's a damn grocery store that I'm pretty sure was in the South mostly. And there's a pig on the sign, and it smells really strange like mold and stuff inside the store, and it's creepy as hell. Well, your boy worked at Piggly Wiggly for a long time. It was my first job, and I was 15 years old. I had to get a worker's permit. I had to go to a place and fill out a thing just to get a worker's permit, because my parents were terrible. And my dad made me work, which is fine. It built character. It made my jawline more cut to work at Piggly Wiggly, I think. That's what they told me when I got there. Nah, dude. So I was laying in my bed, just playing some Halo 2, having a good-ass time, trying to live my adolescence. And my dad comes in. He's like, hey, man, be expecting a call from Piggly Wiggly. And I was like, what the hell you mean be expecting a call from Piggly Wiggly? Apparently, my dad took it upon himself to fill out an application and took it to the Piggly Wiggly guy and was like, here you go. Hire this fella. He's very, very driven, apparently. I don't know what he said to him, but I thought, it's all good. Maybe they won't call and it'll be all for fun and jokey jokes. Well, you best believe I stayed up all night playing Halo. Got a call at 9 a.m. the next day. And yeah, your boy is going down to Piggly Wiggly to get a damn job. Man, I tell you what. Now, anyways, look. I gotta put this out there. I was in school at the time. I was in high school. And I started my shift at Piggly Wiggly at 3:30 until 10 o'clock at night. Or 10:30. So I'd get off the day. I'd get in my truck. Because I had a truck. Because I live in Alabama and it barely ran. But it's fine. That's another story. That's not important right now. I'd drive from my high school to Piggly Wiggly and work until 10 o'clock. 5 days a week. Now, at 15 years old, that's terrible. I don't know. It was awful. And I did it for nearly a damn year. Okay? So I walk into Piggly Wiggly. And I'm like, what's up, bitches? And this is my first experience. And I meet a guy named Mike. Coolest guy I've ever met. He's super cool. Probably not the coolest I've ever met. But he was cool at the time. And he had a sweet mustache. Which is pretty cool. Come to find out later, he's the manager. He's the, on-floor manager. And he only made $8 an hour. It's pretty intense. But whatever. So I meet the owners, and one of them, his name is Paul. Very old white dude. The other one was named Mr. Camp. Like C-A-M-P. Going for a camp at Crystal Lake to get my balls chopped off. Mr. Camp. All right. This dude was on crutches. He was an old guy, and he used crutches to get around, which made it extra scary because it was like a horror movie. Nothing against crutches, dude. That's fine. But he was old and stuff. And I was a little young. So it was scary. You know how it is when you're young. You hear crutches. It's terrifying. Well, I start my first job of my life. And I was surprised to learn that they want me to wear a tie. They want my fat little ass, because I was fat as hell, wearing a tie and a tucked in pants with slacks and shit and dress shoes at Piggly Wiggly. What the hell they think I was doing up there? Am I selling some stocks? All right. Do I have a board meeting? Am I on the board of executives? Nah, dude, I'm stocking the milk. Look, I wasn't a great employee. I'm going to tell you some stuff I did. I was 15, all right? The job was a nightmare, and specifically one thing is when we would close, I'd clean the bathrooms around 8:30. We closed at 9. You best believe some old-ass country dude comes in at 9 o'clock and just blows up the entire bathroom. And I mean shitting on the walls and stuff. And I had to go clean it with my bare hands, which I'm pretty sure wasn't legal. Hazmat suit. I needed a hazmat suit. Unfortunately, all I had was a suit and tie, which is stupid as hell. But I got on my hands and knees, and I'm cleaning up the poop, and it's getting in my pores, and I can smell it, and it's on the walls, man. But I learned some valuable lessons, okay? I learned how to show up on time. I learned how to leave on time. Definitely. I went to clock in once. And I was, tired. I had been at school all day. And I go to clock in. I clock in. And then I put my clip-on tie. Because it was a clip-on tie. Because I'm 15 years damn old if you haven't gathered that yet. And I clip on my tie for 1 second. And Mr. Camp with his crutches comes by. And he's clickety-clacking. And he's like, Dennison, Mr. Dennison, I do not pay you to get ready for work. And then he went into his office. And I'm like, is that not the oldest guy thing you possibly could have said? Hot diggity damn, son. Dude's scary as hell. Well, at any rate, boys, I'm stocking. taking out the trash. They had the trash compactor. It could have killed me if I fell in, but it's fine. It's the early 2000s. And above everything else, there was girls working there. And you best believe I'm trying to clap because I'm 15 and I never was successful. But I started hanging out and talking to this girl named Ashley. She was super cool. She had his thick-ass cheeks. I can't really remember, but at the time, seems like they were thick as hell. And we were talking, and we were supposed to hang out. And we set up a hangout date, and I was excited. I was excited as hell. So I get home, and I text her, and I'm like, what's up, babe? Let's hang out, And she's like, all right, here's my address. Oh, my God. I show up, and the door opens, and the girl that walks out is another girl. It's a different Ashley from my high school. I had texted the wrong lady and just ghosted the other one. So I get back to work after having a terrible damn night, and she's mad at me. The Ashley is mad at me that I like. Dude, it sucked. And I didn't get the clap. And thinking back now, I probably would have clapped her ass. But then again, I would have been in a relationship probably because I was emotionally immature. Could have got married. Maybe would have had a baby. It'd have ruined my whole life. And you wouldn't be watching my dumb ass right now. So it all happened for a reason, but I sure do wish I would have clapped. It'd have been fun to have a good clap as my first time and not a weird one where I shit in her driveway. I'm working at Piggly Wiggly, damn it. You guys are making me lose my concentration. I'm working at Piggly Wiggly. Stocking shelves, baby. Sweeping every night. Terrible as hell. All right? Now, there was this thing I would do. They would give us an egg crate, and you'd sit in the middle of an aisle, and you would front. What fronting is you would take a product, and if it wasn't at the front of the shelf, you would move the whole amount of items forward. You probably know what I'm talking about. So it's like flush. So all the aisles are flush and nice and looks like they're stocked plenty, right? Well, I'd sit there and your boy was fat as hell, so I'd just pop top SpaghettiOs and Vienna sausages and pound them bitches all day. Probably why I was fat as hell. And I'd hear the crutches, man. I never got caught, by the way. And I'd hear the crutches, man, coming. You could hear him coming. Mr. Camp and his crutches. And look, I'm not making fun of crutches. I'm just saying I could hear him because audible. And I hear him clickety-clacking over to me. Dude, I'd throw that shit down and start fronting again. He never caught my ass. Never caught my ass. But about 2 years later, when I was like 17, I went to Piggly Wiggly to pick something up. And I noticed one of those open cans in the back of like a shelf. And it was moldy as hell. It was still there. I had left my mark on Piggly Wiggly. Another thing I like to do is I like to punch milks. So if a milk had a dent in it, like a milk jug had a dent in it, we'd throw it away. So what I'd do is on break, I'd punch a milk and I'd go in the back and I'd drink it like a fountain because I was fat as hell. I don't know if you've understood that point yet. I was a round boy. I was shaped like a basketball with arms and shit. So I was drinking the milk and eating the SpaghettiOs and Vienna sausage. Well, at any rate, the job was bad, boys. And Mr. Camp eventually got in a wheelchair instead, so I couldn't sneak SpaghettiOs because he was silent as a damn fox. He was sneaky as hell. He was like a damn Solid Snake in this bitch. Just coming up and sneaking up behind me and scaring the daylights out of me. But it's neither here nor there. Well, the last straw, boys, is I was forced to work Thanksgiving Day. Which my parents were like, oh, damn, we made a mistake. Oh, yeah, you did, damn it. You forced me into this predicament, damn you. And it was like 7 p.m. and we haven't had a customer for 4 hours. And they finally decided to close. Mr. Camp had a damn Lincoln Navigator. I think that's what it was. It was brand spanking new. His damn wheelchair, some bitch. He's rich as hell. Well, he's dead now probably, because that was a long time ago. The job started getting really excruciating. The hours were pretty terrible. Mr. Camp was spiraling out of control. It was an awful. I was making $5.15 an hour. The pay was nightmarish, as you would expect being 15, 16 now. I was pretty much fed up because, Paul, every time I talked to Paul, the other owner guy, he'd just talk down to me and just make fun of me. And Mr. Camp was always mean as hell, and they never liked my jokes. And it was just getting bad, and the girls wouldn't clap me. Because why would they? I'm the SpaghettiO guy. They won't clap my ass. What they gonna need me for? And eventually, one of my friends got me the job prospect of working at Red Lobster as a busboy. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go work with my friends, because working with your friends is just so much better than not working with your friends. I told Mr. Camp that I was putting in a 2 weeks notice because my father demanded that, because it's what you do. My father was by the book, right? So he told me to put a 2 weeks notice in. And I put a 2 weeks notice in with Mr. Camp. I was like, hey, I'm giving my 2 weeks notice because I got another job lined up and, I'm going to pursue that. And this dude cussed me out. Now, keep in mind, he's old as hell and I'm 16. This feels rapey. I don't know why, but he's cussing me out like a damn dog. Like a dog. And then tells me to get the hell out of his store. What? Why do people always take it personal? So I leave and I go work at Red Lobster, and it was also a nightmare, all right? But damn, that's one thing I don't understand, guys. You put a 2 week notice in, right? You put your 2 week notice in, okay? And usually the owner or manager takes it personal. It's like, dude, I'm just leaving, all right? I'm supposed to do this, I thought, okay? And a side note, why do employers expect you to give a 2 weeks notice, yet they're not expected to give you a 2 weeks notice when they fire you? How about F off? You ain't getting nothing. You ain't getting no Piggly Wiggly notice. Dude, it was a trash job. Now, granted, it was my first job, and it taught me a lot of things. And it taught me to show up and stuff and do things and what paychecks were and what W-2s were. But, God, it was awful. They didn't even have the cheese biscuits. You ever have Piggly Wiggly's cheese biscuits? I doubt you have, because why would you have? But they were delicious as hell. And I miss them, and I want some more of them, baby. I haven't been that way in a long time because it was my hometown, but I did go there a couple months ago, and I drove by, and it's not there anymore, so that's kind of sad. But to be honest, I kind of look back on it, and it's kind of nostalgic, and it's kind of fun, even though it was a terrible job. But what about you? What about your first job? What was your first job? Tell me your first job right now, all right? Tell me your first job, and in the comments, and I'll heart the best one. And I will loathe and block the worst one. So just a quick story I wanted to tell you boys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you do me a big old favor. Make sure you get the hell on it. Doggone it. Bye. Yeah. I have new shirts, mugs, and everything you can imagine on my merch store. Check it out. It helps your boy out. Helps me pay my mortgage. Thank you. I love you. And until next time, eat my ass. I mean, I already said the thing. Bye.